10 things you should never do to your aquarium, because they'll be terrible either to your ecosystem or to your wallet. If there are any other tips that you believe should be in this list because of your own experiences, please let me know in the comments. Let's get right to it. Number 1. Mixing different fertilizer brands. You see this right here? It's telling me that this fertilizer, which is supposed to be only phosphorus, has potassium as well. That's exactly what makes mixing different fertilizer brands such a bad idea. Every brand makes their fertilizers to be used together to complement each other. Even if one product is lacking something, another product will pick up the slack. By the end of the week, your tank should have everything it needs. If you mix different brands, you'll get these measurements wrong, which can be dangerous for your plants and fish. Number 2. Starting a new aquarium with only a few plants. Plants help balance the ecosystem. They feed on organic wasting material produced by your fish, which otherwise will accumulate in the tank and create algae problems. The chemicals produced by fish waste and leftover food are also very harmful for them. If you are a beginner in this hobby, you might feel the need to start slow, and having only a couple of plants could seem like a good idea, but doing so would be setting yourself up for failure. You are most likely going to get an algae bloom, and you might quit this beautiful hobby because of it. Number 3. Too many Amano shrimps. These guys are absolutely amazing when you have the right amount. If you have too many, they'll outcompete others for food. And I'm not just talking about other algae eaters, I mean everybody. Shrimps are omnivores. They'll eat anything. If they can find enough algae, they'll eat your fish food, and even some plants. I think one of them for every 10 gallons of water is perfect. If you need more algae eaters, get some Otocinclus. They'll only eat algae, and they are schooling fish and prefer to be in groups anyways. If you guys are enjoying this video, remember to like and subscribe for more content just like this. Number 4. Never, and I mean never, introduce fish to a tank that's not cycled. If you are not new to fish keeping, you know this. But when I first started, I didn't know. It took me a while to understand what cycling the tank meant. And it's the first thing you should know, because an aquarium that is not cycled is a trap. Ammonia and nitrite are lethal, and you could lose all your fish. The cycling of an aquarium takes from 2 to 3 weeks, and is the process in which beneficial bacteria turns ammonia and nitrite into nitrate. Number 5. Wasting money on the wrong equipment. If you know what you need, don't buy anything else. You're better off waiting for a longer period of time before you set up your aquarium and saving a little bit of money so that you can get the right stuff, especially when it comes to lighting. If you want to keep high demanding plants, you are going to need a strong light, and these lights can be expensive, so you might end up buying a cheaper choice to then find out that it's not strong enough for your plants. That's just a waste of money, and I don't recommend it. Number 6. Do not throw away broken equipment before you are certain that it can't be fixed. I have the perfect example for you right here. This is a really good filter, and I didn't use it for almost a year. So when I went to use it again, no matter what I did, I couldn't get it to close. I thought I needed a new one, and I was about to buy it when someone suggested that I applied a little bit of cooking oil to the rubber gasket. I did, and now the filter is working perfectly. That simple fix right there saved me a lot of money. So please think very carefully before throwing away any equipment. Number 7. Always quarantine new fish. This is one of the most basic tips in this video, but it's so essential. You could have a perfectly established ecosystem and everything could go very wrong very fast just because of new fish. The new fish could have an illness without showing any signs because their immune system is strong enough to keep the illness at bay. But then, once you add this new fish to your tank, your old fish's immune system is not equipped to deal with the illness, and you might lose them all. Number 8. Jumping fish. The easiest way to lose fish is by getting fish that are known to jump out of the tank and not having a way to avoid that. Sadly, this happened to me before. I had a school of beautiful blue-eyed rainbow fish. I knew they were known to jump, but I was hoping they wouldn't. That was very naive of me, and I ended up losing all of them before I even realized what was happening. If you want to have these types of fish, make sure to have a way to cover the edges of your tank so that you can keep them safe. Number 9. Using tap water without conditioners. Again, this is one of those things that are very basic, but that you definitely need to know. If you're going to be using tap water, make sure to have a way to dechlorinate that water. Chlorine is extremely poisonous to fish, and if you're using tap water, chances are there's going to be chlorine in there because they use it to kill harmful bacteria. There are lots of dechlorinators out there. Just find one that you like and make sure to use it after every water change. Number 10. Don't use an algae scraper to clean the edges of your tank. Algae scrapers are very sharp and they'll start separating the silicone from the glass. It might not be an issue at first, but in the long run, it can cause a leak. Instead of using a scraper, get a toothbrush and use that to get the algae off the corners. You'll get the same results and you'll avoid a lot of trouble. Those were 10 things that you should never do in your aquarium. Please let me know in the comments what are, in your own experience, some things that we should never do in our aquariums.